Blessings to you. Welcome to Artist Impact. I'm your host, Jere B. This show is all about great music of every genre. We highlight, feature, and critique singers, bands, musicians, poets, and rappers from our local region and from all over the world. Now, most you've never heard of before, but we bring them right to your door to encourage them and to see how we can impact their career. Now, helping me to do this is our Impact Panel, or as I like to call them, our Panel of Love. These are all entertainment professionals, and what they're going to do is review and critique the two artists we're presenting in this episode and see if in some way or somehow they can impact their career. Maybe, maybe not, but we'll find out. Well, it is my joy to welcome to our program for the first time Sharon Rae North, who is a chart-topping songstress and author. Sharon, thank you so much for joining us. How are you doing?
I'm great. Great. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
I appreciate you being here. And national recording artist and smooth jazz guitarist, Mr. Earl Carter. How are you doing tonight, my friend?
Doing great. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fantastic, man. I'm glad that you could join us, brother.
It's my pleasure. It's an honor to be here.
Russ Palladino, who is making his second appearance on Artist Impact, saxophonist extraordinaire from New York City. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. Jerry, always great to be with you, and thank you so much for having me.
You know, you always make me smile, brother. So I'm sorry I'm laughing so much with you. Thanks for being on Artist Impact. But I gotta say this, and Sharon, honestly, growing up in Youngstown, Ohio, and going out and accomplishing your dreams, not only are you such a wonderful singer who has so much incredible music, but you are a fantastic author as well. I need to know, what is the greater of the two passions for you? Do you love them equally, or does one tend to tip the other?
I don't think one tips the other. I think it's just whatever the vibe happens to be at any given time, because I'm a writer. So I love writing songs. I love writing books. I love singing songs. I think it's just all a part of who I am. So that's what I do.
Wow. Well, I'm so very, very happy that you could join us tonight. I hope it won't be the last time, but I got to tell you something else. This gentleman right here, not only is he an incredible guitar player, but saxophonist as well, plays the guitar, and I understand he plays bass. I don't know that he doesn't play anything that doesn't have rhythm. Earl, I need to ask you a question though, if you don't mind.
Ask away.
What is that most important advice that you give to a young artist who's coming into the business? What do you tell him or her about the business itself?
Well, I tell them first to practice their craft and take it serious. However, don't take it so serious that you're not a computer. So if you make a mistake, it's okay. You may lose sleep, but your audience, they'll forget about it. So just have fun while you're doing this.
That's great advice. Well, I'm so grateful that you're here today, my brother. And I have to say yo to Russ, and I mean that earlier. He does make me laugh every time I'm in his presence. You are an incredible saxophone player. The first time that you were on Artist Impact, I asked what was your most important advice for artists who are entering the studio. What would you say your most important advice is for them who are going out for the stage on the first time?
I think the most important aspect of any artist is to be their authentic self, to be their true self and not try and be something that they think people want them to be. And that'll always serve you well.
Oh, that's great advice. Well, you know how I feel about you, man. Thanks for joining us again for the second go round of Artist Impact. We have to go to Vancouver, Canada, and talk to Phil Craig, who is a worship leader at his church. He sent in a great song called No Other Name. Now, Phil, I got to tell you, I've heard CCM before, praise and worship, obviously, but you seem to have this unique twist about it. How would you define that twist that you put on CCM?
I think it's a combination of contemporary worship music, as you mentioned, and I've always loved orchestral and string parts, and have been fortunate to have that part of my worship team over the last several years. And
Wow.
so I was able to leverage that, and it's a real blessing, and I think it adds a unique flavor to the song.
Absolutely. Well, I'm so grateful that you sent this in. We want to showcase it to our audience right now. Is that okay?
That's wonderful. Thank you.
Excellent. Excellent.
Lord, come and still my heart. Spirit, come and lead me to the rock. As I wait, you give me hope. As I long, you give me eyes of faith. Our hope is found in Jesus. No other name, no other name. Our life is bought by Jesus. No other name, no other name. Through the storm, lead me to Jesus. When I'm alone, comfort through your church. When I doubt, your promises are true. Through the night, you give a song of praise. Our hope is found in Jesus. No other name, no other name. Our life is bought by Jesus. No other name, no other name. Our hope is found in Jesus. No other name, no other name. Our life is bought by Jesus. No other name, no other name. Hope is found in Jesus. Other name, our hope is found in Jesus. No other name, no other name. Our life is bought by Jesus. No other name, no other name. No other name, no other name. No other name, no other name.
Well, I thought that was very, very unique, but I don't know, Sharon, what did you think about the tune?
Oh, it was very nice. I really like that.
Wow. Earl?
Well, CCM is near and dear to my heart. I play it every Sunday in church, and I really enjoyed that performance. I really like the instrumentation, violin, guitar, vocals, all of it.
Very cool. And Russ, what did you think, my friend?
Checked off that box that I was talking about. Wonderfully authentic and heartfelt.
Very good. Well, Sharon, I would love for you to dive in and just give a better review of what you thought about Northern Name.
It's a beautiful song. Yeah, the word heartfelt was used in it, and it was very heartfelt. the performance, I think if you commit more to the performance and how you're delivering the song, that would mean even more to your audience. And it probably would mean even more to you as well. Sometimes when you deliver a song and you just bring everything that you have with it, it changes the meaning of it for you as well as your audience. People can tell, when you're into it and when you feel it. And when you feel it, a lot of times they will too. So get that part down, and it's a slam dunk. It's ball game.
Thank you so much. That's great.
Man, that was really, really very, very cool. Hey, Earl, what did you think? You've heard what Sharon had to say. What do you feel?
Well, as I said, I really enjoyed listening to it. And I'm actually more of a listener than a talker, but I can say that the arrangement was very well put together. I like the arrangement, the hook, and it's something that I would definitely buy. So I either like it or I don't, and I'm giving it 2 thumbs up. That's just my opinion. Love it.
Very, very good. So, Russ, you've heard 2 stellar situations. What do you think about Phil Craig's No Other Name?
Well, I loved seeing a live performance where all of the musicians and singers were performing, and there was no studio tricks or anything, and putting across this beautiful song. Again, a very heartfelt, deeply personal song, and I think it was really delivered beautifully. I would ask about the video and what your plans are in terms of that. Are you looking to use that just as promotion for performance purposes, or did you want to try to get that on some of the contemporary Christian video stations, or what are your plans?
I think with the video as it stands currently, it would be more for promotional material. I don't know that it quite has the quality to be out on kind of the radio broadcast level. I was doing a lot of the mixing, mastering, editing, all that stuff myself. So it's time to bring in some extra support to really take all of that to the next level.
Yeah, I think you would definitely benefit from at least 1 more camera angle, or 2 if possible. Because if you could get a little bit more up close and personal, I think you'll deliver the emotion of the song even more. And also, obviously, a little bit slicker production would probably, be more realistic in terms of getting it onto Christian contemporary outlets.
That's great advice. And now, so Phil, you've heard what everyone has had to say. Do you have any pushback? Do you have any questions of your own, or what?
No, I think that's been all very helpful and very encouraging, and it encourages me to take the next steps in terms of growing not only my own craft, but collaborating with those who are better and able to help me get to the next level. So thank you all.
Very, very cool. Well, we're going to have to go right down the street from Vancouver, Canada to New York City and talk to a very talented visual artist and vocal artist. This is Offering Rain. And I got to tell you, I was blown away by your video. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much.
And you are a visual artist. I've seen some of your artwork. Your website is beautiful. But you have this song called 1010, and I need to know, what does this song mean?
Yeah, I have a tendency to name songs like the first thought that comes to my head. And for this song, 1010 came up.
Just the first thought that came to your head. Well, it's a beautiful video. We would love to showcase it right now. Is that okay?
Sounds good.
Respect, we move in slow. Breathing through our holes. Wake up, there's your day. We will fight all day. Case all we got. I am inside.
was visually just like eye candy and sonic candy as well. But Sharon, I need your help.
It was just delicious. I like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Earl, what do you think?
I loved it. The video quality, the audio quality, outstanding.
Very cool. Russ?
Again, very, very sincere, very authentic, and I felt as though Offering Rain is very comfortable with her art. She knows who she is.
Absolutely. So I know that you have more to say about this song. Sharon, would you go for it?
I do. The videos is absolutely beautiful. All the color. I'm a color person, so I just love seeing all of the colors and the textures and the way it flowed. It just had movement to it, but it was very, very methodical movements. They were well thought out. You know, it wasn't moving too fast. It wasn't moving too slow. The song is beautiful. I would. There was a little bit of a disconnect for me because sometimes it was difficult to tell what you were saying, and the title doesn't give it away, you know, so there was that little bit of a disconnect there. But other than that, I mean, beautifully done. Your voice is beautiful. I just really don't have anything bad to say about it. It was very good. You did a great job with that. I like it a lot.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sharon. I appreciate that.
That was fantastic. And so, Earl, why don't you take your spoon and dig in a little bit deeper?
Well, I'll tell you, rather than digging in, since I was completely blown away by that performance, and I already said, you know, in my opinion, was outstanding. Great work. Let me ask you, Offering Rain, do you have a team working with you?
So I got very lucky. I owe that video all to the director, Katya. She reached out to me. She was a peer in high school. I went to an arts high school in New York, and she was very excited to collaborate. Like once I started posting my music online, she reached out to me and we collaborated on this project. She really had a vision and brought it to life and listened to the song and transformed it into that video.
Okay, well, as I said, excellent job. And in my opinion, you're on your way. Just keep up the great work and keep moving forward.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was fantastic. And so what do you think, Russ? I mean, you know, Earl had a spoon. You might have a shovel to dig in with.
Well, I have to say, you know, right from the get-go, it pulled me right into the world that it's creating, and I felt more so that it was an impressionistic painting with sound, maybe more so than a song. And you know, don't take that as a criticism. I think when you can create a vibe or a feeling or an emotion just with sound and with the way you were improvising, that's a beautiful thing. And I was wondering if, because it's a short piece, if you were thinking in terms of social media, like I know TikTok is very, you know, short and to the point. So maybe it'll work in that context.
Yeah, I didn't specifically have social media in mind. This was very, like, as you said, improvised song, and I didn't think of like the basic strong structure for it. But I do think, yeah, it would work well on social media because of the short length.
Yeah, well, I mean, really, I do feel that you have a good handle on who you are as an artist, and whether you're portraying that in visual art or in sonic art, you have a real perspective and point of view, and I think that'll serve you really well.
Thank you so much, Russ.
That is a great assessment of a great song to me. But I mean, you may have questions, you may have pushback. It was pretty much favorable. But what do you think, Offering Rain?
Very honored that you each took the time to listen, and I'm going to move forward with all the feedback and keep it up. And keep making that music.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for submitting it. And panelists, please don't go anywhere. We're going to bring Phil back, and we're going to find out what is the very next thing on your schedule, my friend.
Yeah, the next thing for me is working towards releasing a new single this fall, which I'm really excited about. Going to be working with a producer on that and doing a crowdfunding campaign. So it's time to take it up a notch, and I hope that song will be encouraging as well.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much for what you submitted. I see nothing but success for you. And Offering Rain, come on, what's next? What's the very next thing you have going on?
I too have a new body of musical work that I'm expecting to be released sometime in October. So I'm really excited to get that out there.
Fantastic. Well, I know, like Earl said, you are absolutely on your way. In fact, let's just bring the entire panel back because these are some busy bodies as well. Sharon, I know your schedule is really hitting it. What's the next thing you have going on?
Well, I have shows in South Carolina, in Atlanta, Richmond, Virginia. In October, I'm starting the whole book tour thing for my new book. So it's insane right now. I don't know why I do this to myself.
Well, I'm so glad you do. You are an inspiration to all of us. And Earl, I mean, I've seen your itinerary, man. It's click, 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 click. What's next for you, bro?
Well, what's next is more gigging. But in particular, I am going to actually go to my the neighborhood that I grew up in and perform for the first time in decades.
Wow.
And so they're welcoming me back and looking forward to it. But in the fall, I actually back off of the gigging and work on recording and production. So it's time to release a new product, and I'm looking forward to releasing it.
We're looking forward to hearing it, my friend. And Russ, I got to tell you, man, with respect to New York and your clickety click click too, what's next though, bro?
Well, I'm very busy gigging now, right, at the moment too. But my main thing has been preparing a bunch of music that just got signed by a music library and trying to get that all ready and submitted and in the way they need it done. And that's what I love doing. I love writing music and hoping to do some more.
Absolutely. Well, you are all superstars to me. I'm so grateful that each one of you have chosen to spend your time here on Artist Impact. And I see nothing but absolute incredibleness for each one of you. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And that's going to do it for this round of Artist Impact. Thank you again to our Impact panel. Incredible, right? And special thanks to our artists Phil Craig and Offering Rain. Make sure you support their artistry. Make sure you go to a show if you're in their area, buy their merch, get on their website, support them any way you can. And if you yourself are an artist and you have a music performance video, submit it to artistimpact.armstrong@gmail.com and let's see if we can impact your music career. I'm your host, Jere B. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time. God bless.